The Crusades were a series of religious wars between Christians and Muslims that took place from the 11th to the 13th centuries. The Crusades were motivated by religious zeal, economic interests, and political opportunism. The First Crusade was launched in 1095 by Pope Urban II in response to the conquest of the Holy Land by the Seljuk Turks. The First Crusade was successful in capturing Jerusalem and establishing the Kingdom of Jerusalem. There were subsequent crusades, but none were as successful as the First Crusade. The Crusades were ultimately unsuccessful in their goal of reconquering the Holy Land for Christianity. However, they had a significant impact on the course of European history, leading to the rise of the papacy and the development of European military tactics. Here are some of the key events of the Crusades. The First Crusade, 1095–1099. The First Crusade was the most successful of the Crusades, capturing Jerusalem and establishing the Kingdom of Jerusalem. The Second Crusade, 1147–1149. The Second Crusade was unsuccessful in its goal of recapturing Jerusalem, but it did lead to the capture of Edessa. The Third Crusade, 1189–1192. The Third Crusade was unsuccessful in its goal of recapturing Jerusalem, but it did lead to the signing of a truce between the Christians and Muslims. The Fourth Crusade, 1202–1204. The Fourth Crusade was diverted from its intended target of Jerusalem and sacked the Christian city of Constantinople. The Fifth Crusade, 1217–1221. The Fifth Crusade was unsuccessful in its goal of recapturing Jerusalem, but it did lead to the establishment of the Crusader states of Armenia and Cilicia. The Sixth Crusade, 1228–1229. The Sixth Crusade was successful in negotiating a truce with the Muslims that allowed Christians to control Jerusalem for 10 years. The Seventh Crusade, 1248–1254. The Seventh Crusade was unsuccessful in its goal of recapturing Jerusalem, and it led to the death of King Louis IX of France. The Crusades were a complex and controversial event in history. They had both positive and negative effects on the course of European history. However, they are an important part of our shared history, and it is important to remember them and learn from them so that we can prevent such tragedies from happening again.